we are going to deal with the topic structure of an atom. Before knowing about the structure, we need to know what is an atom, right? What is an atom? It is the building block of matter. Then what is a matter represented here? Matter means anything which have mass and that occupies space. For an example, here is a notebook. It have its own masses, right? When I keep it on a table, it occupies some space. Then it will become a matter. Not in the case of notebook. In about animals, humans, plants, everything have its own mass and molecules. Then what is the building blocks represented here? Building blocks means, let's take this room as an example. The room is the combination of many walls, right? The walls are made up with the help of bricks. So here, the bricks are the building block of this particular room. Which means when we take this matter and break into several parts, the last substance that we can have is an atom. And also one more thing, we cannot divide atom. Then the next one is structure of an atom. Atom mostly is in spherical shape and very small in size. Okay. And also it is very impossible for us to see the atom with our naked eyes. And also many researchers have been done to study about the structure of the atom. And let me show you the structure of atom. This is the nucleus. This is the proton and this is the neutron. So many of them will think that there are three things which combines atom. Which are the three? Electrons, protons and neutrons. But I have only two things here, proton and neutron. And where is the electron? From this diagram we can understand that proton and neutrons are located inside the nucleus and the electron is located outside the nucleus. And this is one of the orbit which revolves around the nucleus. So we can call these orbits as shell. So the electrons are located outside the nucleus or on the shells. Okay. We cannot have only this one shell. We can have 4 or more than shell. But generally we have studied in our book that we can have only 4 shell. Which are the 4 shell? They are K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. Okay. And there is also another statement which defines atom. Which is the statement? Atom as a whole is electrically neutral. What does that electrically neutral means? When the number of protons are equal to the number of electrons, then the atom will become electrically neutral. This is same in all the cases of atom, not about one atom. It is equally same in the case of all atoms. Okay. Then coming to the charges, electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and what about neutrons? We can find it from the name itself because neutrons doesn't have any charge. Then what is the use of the neutrons here? We have studied in our physics that if there is two positive charges, it will repel each other. Okay. We cannot have only one protons inside the nucleus. We can have more than one protons. Okay. Then if there is more than one protons, it will try to repel each other. To reduce the effect of this repellence, neutrons are used. Understood? And also the number of protons, the number of electrons and number of neutrons will play an important role in maintaining the structure of an atom. And I will give you a clear picture of the structure of an atom. These are the electrons. These colored ones are the neutrons. This uncolored one is the protons. And this is the nucleus. Okay. And also one important thing about the electron is that it will tell us when a particular substance is stable or unstable. How did the electrons do that? Let's take an example. This is the K shell, this is the L shell, and this is the M shell. K equal M equal 1, L equal M equal 2, 3. What is the N represented here? As we all know that there is a formula to find out the number of electrons present in the shell. What is that formula? That is 2n square. This n is written here. We can take an example. To find out the number of electrons present in the K shell, we can substitute this one. Okay, substitute this n here. 2 into 1 square. That is 2. And in the case of L, 2 into 2 square, that is 8. The number 8 have a very importance because it will tell us whether the atom is stable or unstable. Let's take an example. This is K shell and this is L shell. Here it have 8 electrons. We can say that this atom is stable because this outermost shell contains 8 electrons. But if the outermost shell contains only less than 8 electrons, we can say that it is unstable. That is the reason why electrons always shift from one shell to another shell to maintain this electrons. Okay. And I hope you all understand this topic, and thank you for listening me, and we can discuss many further